Hold up right there. It's time to talk caution. 1% of the population. Once again, with the Reds, there's always some kind of stigma. These are the turtles, as they say, where it's just like, oh, they're afraid of their own shadow or they just won't take a risk. 99 people in the room will not see your value. Naturally, you'll have to show them that if you're a caution, because cautions might seem slow to the take as far as rushing into anything, but how often do they have to redo something? Not very often. They're usually detailed oriented enough to troubleshoot and make sure that the things that they're doing will be done right the first time. You'll hear them say that. I do it right the first time. I don't want to have to redo this. They're great for safety, great for security. Anytime you need to think through something ahead of time where you don't really have there's not much chances or rooms for error, like you need to get it right the first time. Having a caution on the team, even if they end up frustrating themselves at times. My wife is absolutely wonderful. She has accomplishment, initiative, and caution. So she truly loves getting things done, and you can't stop her if she's got something going in her head. She's a fantastic worker and teammate for that part. Part of the reason that attracted me to her. But fascinating, right up there is caution, where it's like as soon as she gets going and she sees something that's a little bit off, she's like, whoa, hold the brakes, I gotta Google this. Like there's 5 different experts I can go and, like, who knows more about this than I do. Inside she doesn't want to stop, she wants to keep accomplishing. But if she's seeing things that are like, I heard somebody died doing that, it's like, whoop, stop things cold. And it can seem frustrating to people around you, but if you have a caution on the team and they're saying oops or danger, it's kind of like what they used to, have the figurative at times, but literal, back in history, the canary in the coal mine. Because if you brought that cute little bird with you, doesn't sound very nice. It's a lot, obviously it'd be tragic for the bird to pass away, but more tragic for the workers to not go home to their families. But that was the most rudimentary and crude but effective tool they had to say if the canary just goes, ah, and falls over, it's like, time to go. And if you have a caution on your team, they're kind of that canary in the coal mine, as they say. That if you're charging ahead, and I've got myself to the discipline where if I look at my wife and she's like, I'm like, okay, well, there's probably something we should pay attention to. So if you're a caution, work hard to refine that. Obviously, for all of our fuels, we have to know where it's appropriate. There's a time and a place for everything. But also in the moments when you're not afraid of something or you're not caution about something else, try to establish those relationships and that expectation with people to say, look, if you're working with me, there's going to come times where I seem to pull the brakes unexpectedly. Now, I'm not trying to be a stick in the mud. I'm not trying to halt anything. But I'm very much invested in doing things right the first time. And as such, since that's so important to me, I work hard to notice signs and symptoms of problems. And if I see enough of them to say that danger is apparent, I'm going to, if I'm allowed, I will notify you as to why I'm holding back. And maybe we can solve problems before they start. That sounds a lot better than just waiting for the moment and saying, no, I'm not going. But if you're a caution, that's your life. And you've got a great service that you can bring people. But especially with a lot of these more rare talents, the 1%ers, we all have to do our part to give the world a little sneak peek, so that when the time comes, that rare time comes when it's extremely important that people pay attention to us, we've already let them know a little bit. Keep up the good work.